So how was the Ramanavami for all of you? Good. Did you do anything in Ramanavami?
No, on Ashtami we do small girls. Kanjaka, that we call in Hindi here. We do Gauri Puja and Ashtami on Ashtami. On Ramnami, we went to temple, nearby temple.
Navami. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So you see, it is a Ramanavami. And Ramchandra is not remembered.
Hmm.
Ideally, it is to be that 8 days you remember Ram and 9 days he appeared.
Can't hear you, sir. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Mandaji?
Yes. Now
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Ramnami is the birthday of Rama, no? Birthday of Rama. Ramnami.
Yes, so actually in the Shastras there is no mention of Durga Puja in the April or this time. It is only
Whatever,
other time when there is
whatever our forefathers were doing, no, that we are following that way. Otherwise, it's okay.
that is a problem. That's where the problem is. That's why we don't listen to what Krishna says. We don't listen to what
No,
Ram says.
we listen to Krishna also, but
No,
whatever
no,
is
no,
in our
no, no.
from the beginning, it
Krishna,
is in our blood, no. So that will go with the
there is.
time, no. That is the main thing. Yes, it's the main
It
thing.
is not in the blood. It is in the mind. Fear.
The mind and blood
Fear.
also. It is in the blood also. Mind and
It
blood
is.
also.
Let me tell you. If you deep go in your heart, it's the fear. It's fear. If
No
I
fear.
don't do,
No fear.
something
Now,
can happen.
in this
Something.
age, there is no fear.
Yeah, there is definitely fear. Then Mata Rani will be angry, and if she is angry, she can create problem.
No
Most of
problem.
people, most
Never.
of people
God never
feel.
gets, sir. God never gets angry with.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. So if you read Bhagavatam, you see the God gets angry. Actually, Shiva gets angry, Matarani gets angry, Brahma gets angry, Indra gets angry, everyone gets angry.
and
I have.
angry if you do wrong things, no. But if you do right things, there is no angry. There is no
So
problem.
who decides what is wrong, what is right?
That only we only decide this is right.
That's the oh, so mean I am a God. I can decide what is wrong and right, and I can do whatever I like,
Yes,
right?
we only decide.
That's the problem, but that's where the problem is. We don't know what is wrong, what is right, and then we decide, oh, this is wrong, this is
No,
right.
that is
And then
why we are reading Big Gita. No, that is why only we are
uh,
reading this, and we are
but then we don't follow
no,
Gita. That's the problem.
we follow, we follow. It's
No,
not like that
no.
we don't
Let
follow.
me
We
on.
follow.
Let's be honest, very honest. Krishna never mentioned. Actually, he says the people who worship demigod is mudha. They are rascals. He
Just
just
now
says
you
mudha.
was there you
Yeah,
told.
yeah. But still we say no. I don't listen to you, Krishna. I'll do what I like to do, and that's for Krishna says, okay, do whatever you like. Then you do. You get whatever you want, right? So it is a whole problem that people worship. Ramanavami should be Ramanavami, right? But people don't worship Ram actually. In my home itself, this story, we had a Ramcharitmanas like part, like it goes for 24 hours, and then we're a priest, and then we had a Aarti, like Havan and Aarti, and then priest was offering oblations to Matarani. I was like, what the hell going on here? You did this for Lord Ramchandra and then you're offering to Matarani. Where it come from? Why you are doing like this? He's like, oh, if I don't do this, people don't like it. If people don't like it, then it's not good. What is this? Right? Suppose if I invite you at my home and then worship your neighbor. You'll be like, what? Why did you invite me if you don't intend to respect me? Right? So we invite Ram in Navami, and then whole 8 days we worshipping someone else. Like, okay. right? You see, this is, we should not consider God as a person. Actually, the problem is we don't consider God as a person. We think, oh, it's just a ritual, do something, and then that's fine. Everybody does it. Let me do it, and it feel good. It's a festival. That's nice. But we don't go beyond it. Oh, there is a personality I'm inviting at my home. They are coming, and we don't. We should be careful what we are doing. So because there is a lack of knowledge and the fear of God. Most of people worship God because they fear God. And when the fear is gone, then they leave the worship because they think, now my fear is gone, so let me not do it. Right? When there is a fear, so out of fear, it cannot work, right? Anyways, so it's 99% people do that. So that's the problem. And that's why people are not happy. They're not happy because they switch. And Prabhupada is very, very clear, and Krishna is very clear. You are reading Bhagavad Gita. He is very clear. He does not mess up with what, and you'll hear chapter 9. Chapter 9 is going to be like completely, and still we should actually pay attention what Krishna is saying, because otherwise you're wasting your time for nothing. If there is no action, no outcome, then it's just waste of time, right? So we should have faith. And you'll be amazed to hear. I'm just repeating what Prabhupada said. It's like this. Suppose there is a husband and there is a wife. So the husband and wife should be chaste to each other. Like husband should not look some other woman as a wife, and the wife should not look some other man as a husband, right? It should be chaste relationship. Then they can be happy. But if there is any one of the partner looking here and there, then it's a problem, right? And they can't be happy, whatever they try. So similarly, when you're worshiping someone, so it's like you are faithful and chaste to them, whether Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Brahma, Ganesha, Matarani. And if you are not chaste to them, like you are just switching, like you switch, okay, this is the season for this is season for this, and then they are thinking, oh, this person worshiped me for 7 days, that time, then he forgot me, and then after that worship another person for some time, forget that person. It's like it's like a prostitute. Prabhupada says it's like a prostitute, because prostitute is looking for money, and when they get money they worship them. Whatever customer comes, let's worship, because I'll get something out of it, right? And it's that's how people do it, right? Prabhupada is very strict and very, and Krishna is, it's not Prabhupada, but Krishna actually says that people who were demigod worship, they will go to the demigods, and when the cosmic manifestation will finish, they will suffer because the results will be get over, right? You just finished chapter 7, where he says clearly, Yanti Deva Yata Devan Putri Pitri Yant Pitrvata. The people who worship their forefather go to forefather, worship demigod, go to demigod. Krishna says, people who worship me, come to me. It's very clear. But the problem is people don't know. Actually, they're not looking for that. They're just happy festival. That's it. Like they're not thinking, oh, it's a serious business. What I'm doing, I'm worshipping Matarani, it's a serious business, and I have to go to her planet. And we should inquire what is her planet, where she lives, what she does, you know. Uh, but people there also, they're not serious. They don't even know about Matarani beyond. Oh, there is a what do you call in Jammu? There is a there is a Matarani place, and there is, and actually in Bhagavatam, if you remember Krishna Lila, Yogamaya appears there. The Matarani appears there. She is the sister of Krishna. She appears as a first. She appear and reminds Kamsa that I am the. He appears in 10 arms and reminds Kamsa. He was about to kill her. She appeared from Devaki, right? So that's the same Matarani. It's the same yoga, Mahamaya, and she reminds Kamsa that what you're trying to kill me, the fear you have from that person already born, I had transferred to Gokula already. So don't worry, right? So Mother Rani is sister of Krishna. Actually, she is a sister born by Devaki in this time, current Mother Rani, because it's a 5,000 year ago, just 5,000 year ago. And in Bhagavatam, Krishna gives her place to stay. There are places where she is there. It is there. If you read the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, it is there. And Krishna says, "Oh, you'll be very famous in this Kali Yuga. You'll be amazed." And he gives the names of her. What is her name? Amba. There are so many names, but people don't people don't know even that. Like, okay, where does she come from? What is the source? What is her role? What she is doing? And she is the jailer of this Earth planet. She is here to give torture. That's her job. People who don't follow Krishna, she will make them suffer. That's her job. Just like Kamsa suffered because Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna. So he suffered. So Mahamaya, this Mahamaya Sakti, Matarani, has very thankless task. She is a mother, but she has to punish. That's why she has so many weapons, so that she can punish, right? Otherwise, why you need a weapon? Just for showing? No, no, not just for showing everyone, right? Because she has a role. Every weapon she uses to punish people who don't follow the instructions set by Krishna, because she is the sister of Krishna. We should know all this. Once you know all this, then you don't fear. Then you know, oh, if Krishna is happy, then whole family is happy. Why should I unnecessary waste my time, energy, effort, right? But because people don't know, I'm just telling you because people don't know. And even I didn't knew until I started reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita seriously. I also used to fear, you know, oh, if I don't do, she will be angry. And because in movies they show if she's angry, then it's like over. That's it. Right? And it is like that. If she's angry, she's angry. It's nobody can stop except Lord Shiva, because he's her husband, right? Shiva. So she appeared in various forms mentioned in Bhagavatam, and we should read. I'm just giving you background information a little bit because it's very important to know what we are doing. Krishna says if you do something, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't get the result. Basically, it's like you go to purchase something, and you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, and for why you're taking all this. Then it's like, you don't care even if you have it, right? Anyways, so no offense, but I just wanted to. I don't know why I said. Even I have no idea. Maybe Krishna wanted me to tell, because I will not intend to say any of this, but maybe it just came out. So sorry. No, I don't want to hurt anyone's sentiment, but we should be philosophical. We don't want to be sentimental, because we are sentimental, it will go away. Okay, so we respect Matarani as a sister of Krishna. She's actually, by relation, she's sister. She born from Devaki, appeared, and she had a role to play, and she is still playing the role, right? So, anyways, so let's start our Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Prabhu Nityananda
प्रभु नित्यानंद
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा
Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
शिवासारि गौर भक्तवृंदा
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
हरे
So
कृष्ण
we'll continue reading from chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, text 11. You can repeat after me. Yad aksharam veda vido vadanti
यद अक्षरं वेद विदो वदन्ति
visanti yagitayo vitaraga
विशन्ति यदितरो वीतरागः
यदि इच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचार्यं चरन्ति
यदि छन्तो ब्रह्मचार्यं चरन्ति
तते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये
तते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The persons who are learned in Vedas, who utter Omkar, and who are the sages in the renounced order enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practice celibacy. As I now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna has recommended to Arjun the practice of Sat Chakra Yoga, in which one places the air of life between the eyebrows, taking it for granted that Arjuna might not know how to practice Sat Chakra Yoga. The Lord explains the process in the following verse. The Lord says, Brahma, although one without second, has various manifestations and features. Especially for impersonalists, the Akshara, Om, Kara, the syllable Om is identical with Brahman. Krishna here explains the impersonal Brahman, into which the renounced order of sages enter. In the Vedic system of knowledge, students from very beginning are taught to vibrate Om and learn of the ultimate impersonal Brahman by living with spiritual master in complete celibacy. In this way, they realize two of the Brahman's features. This practice is very essential for a student's advancement in spiritual life. But at the moment, such brahmachari, unmarried celibate life is not at all possible. The social construction of the world has changed so much that there is no possibility of one's practicing celibacy from the beginning of student life. Throughout the world, there are many institutions for different departments of knowledge, but there is no recognized institution where a student can be educated into brahmachari principles. Unless one practices celibacy, advancement in spiritual life is very difficult. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya has announced, according to scriptural injunction of this age of Kali, in this age, no process of realizing the Supreme is possible except for chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, in the last sloka, Krishna ended talking about Sat Chakra Yoga, and he was saying that if you want to attain Brahman, then you control your life here and move your life there in between the eyebrows, and then you concentrate there. So Krishna is explaining this as a yoga. But the problem Prabhupada is saying in this age, first of all, Krishna is saying you have to practice celibacy, means no sex life, which is from the beginning of your childhood, no sex life. So it's very hard because most of people do that at some point in their life. So who can practice this kind of yoga? And Krishna knew that Arjuna, anyways, he was a married person. So, but still he is explaining, because a teacher explains everything to a student. He does not hide anything. He should just tell everything so that the student is aware of different things, right? So that's the role of Krishna. And Krishna is explaining. Let's go to the next one. Text 12. Who wants to read?
I will read.
Yes, Mata.
Hare Krishna. सर्वद्वाराणि सम्यां या मनो हृदि निरुद्य च what is that?
Mrudhya adhyatmana pranam
Adhyatma pranam astito
astito
yogo yoga dharanam. The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagement, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga. Purport. To practice yoga, as suggested here, one first has to close the door of all sense enjoyment. This practice is called uh, pratyahara, or withdrawal of the senses from the sense object. The sense organs from for acquiring knowledge, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, should be should be fully controlled and should not be allowed to engage in self gratification. In this way, the mind focuses on supersoul in the heart, and the force is raised to the top of the head. In the sixth chapter, this process is described in detail. But as mentioned below, this practice is not a practice in this age, not practical in this age. Best process is Krishna consciousness. If one is always able to fix his mind on Krishna, is devotional in devotional service, it is very easy for him to remain in an undisturbed transcendental trance or in samadhi.
Hare Krishna. Yes. So you can read on more, Mataji. I just wanted to say that Krishna here is now going to explain how you can reach to Brahman. So first is celibacy, second is detachment from all sense enjoyment. That's further harder, right? Basically, you have to cease all the sense enjoyment, right? And so saying closing all the door of senses, fixing mind in the heart, and life here at the top of the head. We can't even hold air for 5 minutes even. Forget about holding it top of the hair, right? So let's see what Krishna says next. You want me to read Sanskrit? Please?
Yes, please.
You can repeat after me so that you also read, I also
Okay.
read.
Okay.
Om Ikkeksharam Brahma
Om Iksharam Brahma
Vyauharan Mam Anushmaran
Vyuharan Mam Anushmaram
Ya Prayati Tyajam Deham
Ya Prayati Tyajandeham
Sayati Paramam Gatim.
Rayati Paramam Gatim. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrate vibrating the scarce syllable Om, the supreme combination of letter, if one thinks of the supreme personality of the Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planet. Purport. It is clearly stated here that Om Brahman and Lord Krishna are not different. The impersonal sound of Krishna is Om, but the sound of Hare Krishna contains Om. The chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is clearly recommended for this age. So, if one quits his body at the end of his life chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, he certainly reaches one of the spiritual planet. According to the mode of this his practice, the devotee of the Krishna enters the Krishna planet, Goloka Vrindavana. For the personalities list, there are also innumerable other planets known as Vaikuta planet in spiritual sky, whereas the impersonalities remain in the Brahma Jyoti. Vaikuta and Vrindavana same, no, or different?
No, they are different. Let me explain it. It's interesting. Thanks to you. Thanks for asking. So let me find a picture for you. Um, course, Goloka Vrindavan, right? See, do you see this? Let me open this. Oh, this is a video, not a photo. HD picture. Let me get a big nice picture for Goloka Vrindavan. All right, here this one is nice. Can you see this, Mataji?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So this is where we are. You see the below in the bottom. One universe is like this. Here is Matarani, who is the administrator. You see her. Here is Brahma, and there are 7 planetary system up above us, 7 below us. Okay, we are in the mid somewhere here. Now this from Karan Ocean, you see, from Karan Oceans, this side is material world, and this Brahma Jyoti and beyond Brahma Jyoti is spiritual world. You see that? Now in the
Yes.
spiritual world, there is 3 classification: Brahma Jyoti, and then Ayodhya Dham, which is Vaikuntha Loka, and Madhurya Dham, which is Goloka Vrindavan. And Krishna is on the top. You don't see it, that picture is not showing, it's cut. But the top here is Krishna. You see the flower petals like structures. That's the part of Goloka Vrindavan. And these individual circles are Vaikuntha Lokas. You see these green, the bluish part, all these red and bluish. These are Vaikuntha planets. And below Vaikuntha planet, the effulgence, the light is Brahma Jyoti. This light comes from Goloka Vrindavan. You see these light rays coming down? Okay.
Hmm.
So this source of light, including Brahma Jyoti, is spiritual world. Even sun derives light from spiritual world. And Krishna says, I am the sun is my eyes. Sun and moon are my eyes. Okay. So Brahma Jyoti is different, which is just light. Vaikuntha planet is planets like our Earth planet. There is Vaikuntha planets, is planetary systems here. And then Goloka Vrindavan is the top, where Krishna lives with his all friend. So this below Karan Ocean is only 25% of the total creation of Krishna. Rest 75% is the spiritual world, which includes Brahma Jyoti, Vaikuntha planets, and Goloka Vrindavan. Okay? And there is this division between material world and spiritual world. Okay? So there is division. And in this ocean, this Karan Ocean, casual ocean called Karan Ocean, there are billions and millions of universes. This is one universe. So, but it's like millions and trillions of universes. This filled this whole ocean. It's called ocean because it's like a suspension of air. It's like pretty vast. So it's called ocean, right? So not literally water. Don't think like that. It is just filled the air. This what you call space, right? So it's pretty big. It's pretty big. So, but this is the distinction, Mataji.
Thank you
Okay?
so
Is it?
much.
Yeah, it's very nice. Actually, if you search on Amazon or Flipkart, you will find a nice poster which has large descriptions of all these different planetary system. And this is all mentioned in detail in Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavatam, third canto and fifth canto has detailed description of all these. Based on that, they have created this visual. How does that look? Okay.
Thank you.
So it is not imaginary. It is very detailed mention in Bhagavatam. Okay.
Yes, sir, it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, but this type of pictures are not there. I have booked
Oh, it
that
is
also.
there in the cover of the Bhagavatam, the first canto. If you see, if you have
I have
it,
got Bhagavatam also. There was a
so,
picture on the cover. Okay. I have
just
got the
just see on the cover. In the back, you will have the whole picture, the same picture which I showed you somehow. And inside also, if you open the pictures inside the Bhagavatam, you'll find it. Okay, Mataji is bringing. In the meantime, we'll read. Sarvesh Prabhu, you want to read this 14th while Mataji is looking at that?
Yes, it is there.
Yeah, see? And if you open inside, there is a nice visuals inside.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, yeah, see? Yeah. So even inside there are like lot of graphics in between the pages.
No,
If you
no,
have the
inside it is nothing. Is there.
oh, it is there,
Yeah,
Mataji.
at
And
the end it is there again.
No. Inside there are more than 30, 40 visuals. You have to you have to go through the
I have
pages
read,
and then you have to.
that's why I am telling no photograph, no picture.
Okay.
अच्छा,
I'll give you page numbers, okay? I'll
okay,
next
yes,
time I'll
yes,
give you
yes,
page.
yes, this one,
There are
yes,
hundreds. There are hundreds in it. There are hundreds in that.
yes. So
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
it is
many.
there,
Yeah.
it is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Sarvesh Prabhu, you want to read?
Hare
Kamni
Krishna Guruji.
Mataji. Okay. You are ready?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. So Sarvesh Prabhu will read and then Mataji will read next
Hare
one. Hare Krishna. 14th Mat Prabhuji, please read.
Krishna. It's 8.14, Guruji.
Yes.
अनन्यचेता सत्तं यो मा समर्ति नित्यसा तस्याहं सुलभ पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः. Translation: For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Purport: This verse especially describes the final destination attained by the enlightened devotees who serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhakti Yoga. Previous verses have mentioned four different kinds of devotees: the distressed, the inquisitive, those who seek material gain, and the speculative philosopher. Different processes of liberation have also been described: karma yoga, jnana yoga, and hatha yoga. The principles of these yoga systems have some bhakti added, but this verse particularly mentions pure bhakti without any mixture of jnana, karma, or hatha. As indicated by the word ananya cheta, in pure bhakti yoga, the devotee desires nothing but Krishna. A pure devotee doesn't desire promotion to heavenly planets, nor does he seek oneness with the Brahma Jyotis or salvation or liberation from material entanglement. A pure devotee doesn't desire anything. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the pure devotee is called Niskama, which means he has no desire for self interest. Perfect peace belongs to him alone, not to them who strive for personal gain. Whereas a Jnana Yogi, Karma Yogi, or Hatha Yogi has his own selfish interest. A perfect devotee has no desire other than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord says that for anyone who is unflinchingly devoted to Him, is easy to attain. A pure devotee always engaged in devotional service to Krishna in one of his previous uh, personal teachers. Krishna has various planned expansions and incarnations, such as Rama and Narasimha. And a devotee can choose to fix his mind in loving service to any of these transcendental forms of the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee meets with none of the problems that plague the participation practitioners of other bhakti yoga. Other yoga, bhakti yoga is very simple and pure and easy to perform. One can begin simply by chanting Hare Krishna. The Lord is merciful to all, but as we have already explained, He is especially inclined toward those who always serve Him without deviation. The Lord helps such devotees in various ways, as stated in Vedas Kathopanishad. Yam avesha vrunte tena labhyas tasyeva atma vrunte tanum swam. One who is fully surrendered and engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Lord can understand the Supreme Lord as He is. And as stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. The Lord gives such a devotee sufficient intelligence so that ultimately the devotee can attain Him in his spiritual kingdom. The special qualification of the pure devotee is that he is always thinking of Krishna without deviation and without considering the time or place. There should be no impediments. He should be able to carry out his service anywhere and at any time. Some say that the devotee should remain in holy places like Vrindavan or some holy town where the Lord lived. But a pure devotee can live anywhere and create the atmosphere of Vrindavana by his devotional service. It was Sri Advaita who told Lord Chaitanya, wherever you are, O Lord, there is Vrindavana, as indicated by the words Sattam and Nityasa, which means always, regularly, or every day. A pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditates upon him. These are qualifications of the pure devotee for whom the Lord is most easily attainable. Bhakti Yoga is the system that Gita recommends above all other. Generally, the Bhakti yogis are engaged in 5 different ways. Shanta Bhakta engaged in devotional service neutrality. Dasya Bhakta engaged in devotional service as servant. Shakya Bhakta engaged as friend. Vasalya Bhakta engaged as parents. And Madhurya Bhakta engaged as conjugal lover of the Supreme Lord. In any of these ways, the pure devotee is always constantly engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord and cannot forget the Supreme Lord. And so, for him, the Lord is easily attained. A pure devotee cannot forget the Supreme Lord for a moment, and similarly, the Supreme Lord cannot forget his pure devotee for a moment. This is the great blessings of the Krishna conscious process of chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So in this sloka, sorry, I stopped sharing. Just we say. You see what Krishna is saying? अनन्य चेतसा सततम योमा सततम योमा स्मरति नित्यसा तस्याहं सुलभा पार्थ नित्य युक्तस्य योगिना. Krishna says, for those who always remember me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Partha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So it is constant. It is not like I will only remember Krishna in Janmashtami, right? It is constant. Always remember me without deviation. There is no deviation. Whatever happens in life, they always remember. And Krishna is saying, they don't forget me and I don't forget them. Krishna is saying here, see, a pure devotee never forget Krishna and Krishna never forgets a pure devotee. So if the Krishna remembers you, what else you want? You know, if Krishna remembers us, that's it. That's perfection of our life. Actually, he remembers us because he is a super soul sitting in our heart, but we don't remember him. So only way to remember is chanting his name, hearing about him, listening from him from Bhagavad Gita. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that relationship is complete. Krishna remembers us always as a super soul, but when we start remembering Krishna, then relationship is complete. Otherwise, this is one way love, right? Krishna loves us. He says, Suhrid Sarva Bhutanam, right? He says, I am the friend of everyone. Brother Krishna said, the people don't remember me. Right? So we should try how much we can do to remember him by chanting Hare Krishna, very simple one. We don't need anything for chanting. We don't need anything actually. Just need our body, right? All right, so text 15, Kamini Mataji will read.
Mama Mama upatte punarjanma dukhalyam aswastam nipunyavanti mahatme samsiddhi paramam gatah. After attaining me, the great soul who are yogis in devotion never return to his temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Since this temporary material world is full of miseries of birth, old age, disease, death, naturally he who achieves the highest perfection and attains the supreme planet Krishna Loka, Goloka, Vrindavan, does not wish to return. The supreme planet is described in Vedic literature as Avyakta and Akshara and Paramakati. In other words, that planet is beyond our material vision and it is inexplicable, but it is the highest goal and destination for the Mahatma, great soul. The Mahatmas receive transcendental message from the realized devotees and thus gradually develop devotional service in the Krishna consciousness and become so absorbed in transcendental service that they no longer desire elevation to any of the material planet, nor do they even want to be transformed to any spiritual planet. They only want Krishna and Krishna's association and nothing else. That is the highest perfection of life. This verse specifically mentioned the personalist devotees of the Supreme, the Lord Krishna. These devotees in the Krishna consciousness achieve the highest perfection of life. In other words, they are the Supreme Soul.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna.
Krishna is saying that this dukhalayam asasatham, this world, material world is dukhalaya, constant pain, misery. Dukhalayam, like you have vidyalaya, you have pustakalaya, you have so many laya, these house. So this is called dukhalayam aswaswatam. It's temporary and full of misery, and we experience it. We have best experience, right? Sometimes we get happiness, but most of the time it is painful and temporary, everything changing very fast. Nothing is permanent, right? So Krishna says, you don't come back to here, you come to me, right? Let's read this one. Nagrani Mataji is here, so she can read. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please read this one.
Yes.
16.
अभवनालोक पुनर्धारितोर्जुने ऋषिना माम उपेत्या तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्मा न विद्यते. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are the places of misery wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my Lord, my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Purpose. All kinds of yogis, karma, jnana, hatha, etc., eventually have to attain devotional perfection in bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness before they can go to Krishna's transcendental abode and never return. Those who attain the highest material planets, the planets of the demigods, are again subjected to repeated birth and death. As persons on earth are elevated on higher planets, people on higher planets such as Brahmaloka, Chandraloka, and Indraloka fall down to earth. The practice of the sacrifice called Panchagni Vidya, recommended in the Chandogya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, enables one to achieve Brahmaloka, but in sorry, but if on Brahmaloka one does not cultivate Krishna consciousness, then he must return to earth. Those who progress in Krishna consciousness on the higher planets are gradually elevated to higher and higher planets and are at the time of universal devastation are transferred to the eternal spiritual kingdom. Bharadeva Vidyabhushana, in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, quotes this verse: Brahmana sahate sarve samprapte pratisanchare parasyante kratyamna pravishanti parampadam. When there is devastation of this material universe, Brahma and his devotees who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness are all transferred to the spiritual universe and to specific spiritual planets according to their desires.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So Krishna is saying, it's not somebody can say, oh, what if I reach to Brahmaloka, then I'm saved. No. Brahmaloka to lowest planetary system, everything is destroyed. Brahmana, Abrahmana, Bhuvana, Loka, right? The last sloka. See, Krishna is saying, Abrahmana, Bhuvana, Loka. Punar avatarino Arjuna. Puna avatarino means again take birth. Mam upetatu kaunteya punar janmana vidyate. O kaunteya, O Arjuna, if you somebody comes to me, right, who attain my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So that is the spiritual world. Okay, text 17. Who wants to read? open to all.
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, try.
सहस्रयुग पर्यन्तम् अहर्यादि ब्राह्मणो विदु रात्रियुग सहस्रान्तं सोहो रात्रविद्धो जनः. By human circulation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of the Brahmanas one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Perfect. The duration of the material universe is limited. It is cycles of kalpas. A kalpa is a day of Brahma, and one day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas or ages. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. The cycle of Satya is characterized by virtue, wisdom, and religion, there being practically no ignorance and vice. And the Yuga lasts 17 lakhs 28,000 years. In the Treta Yuga, vice is introduced, and this Yuga lasts 12 lakhs 96,000 years. In the Dwapara Yuga, there is an even greater decline in virtue and religion, vice increasing, and this Yuga lasts 8,64,000 years. And finally, the Kali Yuga, the Yuga we have now been experiencing over the past 5,000 years. There is an abundance of strife, ignorance, irreligion, and vice, true virtue being practically non-existent. And this Yuga lasts 4 lakhs 32 years, 32,000 years. In Kali Yuga, vice increases to such a point that at the termination of the Yuga, the Supreme Lord himself appears at the Kali Avatara, vanquishes the demons, serves his devotees, and commences another Satya Yuga. Then the process is set rolling again. The 4 yugas rotating 1,000 times comprise one day of Brahma, and the same number comprises one night. Brahma lives 100 of such years and then dies. These 100 years by Earth calculations total to 311 trillion and 4 billion, 40 billion Earth years. By this calculation, the life of Brahma seems fantastic and interminable. But from the viewpoint of eternity, it is as brief as a lightning flash. In the casual ocean, there are innumerable Brahmas rising and disappearing like babies in the Atlantic. Brahma and his creation are all part of the material universe, and thereby they are in constant flux. In the material universe, not even Brahma is free from the process of birth, old age, disease, and death. Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he at once attains liberation. Elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's particular planet, Brahmaloka, which is the highest planet in the material universe and which survives all the heavily planets in the upper strata of the planetary system. But in due course, Brahma and all the inhabitants of Brahmaloka are subjected to death according to the law of material nature. Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So here you see the age of Brahma is described. You see, the Krishna is giving very nice, very factual information. He's saying, what is the age of Brahma? 311 trillion, 40 billion years. Can you imagine? If you have the age of this, you will think, oh, I am Amar. I am like, this is the age of Brahma. And which is 1,000 yuga cycle. That is his one day. And then one night is again 1,000 yuga cycle. And likewise, he lives 100 years. Oh, we think, oh, Brahma is it. If we have that age, we will even forget who is my father and mother because it is so within 100 years we will forget, right? We are bored of living 100 years. How boring it would be to live in the same body 311 trillion year and 40 billion years. Imagine a life of Brahma, right? But he has also died. Because if you see eternity, the time, then it's nothing. Because then this yuga keeps starting and destroying. So in one day of Brahma, 1,000 times creation and destructions happens, right? Because 1,000 yuga cycle. You know, the Satyuga, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga, Krishna comes, finish everyone, Kali Yuga, Satyuga starts. Cycle, right? This cosmic time cycle. So Bhagavad Gita is amazing. It's so much information which people cannot even imagine or think of, right? Let's read 18 and then 19, then we will end there. Okay, it's a very small one. So 18, who wants to read?
Hare Krishna.
One. Yes, Mataji.
अव्यक्तान् व्यक्ताः सर्वः प्रभवन्ति अहर अग्मे रात्र्यगमे पलीयते तन्ने वाय ततन्त्रे वैयक्ति
called Tatreva Avyakta
अव्यक्त्या समजनके.
Samyage.
At the beginning of the Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into unmanifested again, into the
Okay.
unmanifest again.
Next one.
भूताग्रमः स एवयं भूत्वा
You can. Okay, let me help you.
please.
Bhutagrama sa evayam
भूतग्रामा सवेयायम्
bhutva praliyate
भूत्वा प्रलीयते
ratre agame avasha partha
रात्रे अग्मे अवशा पार्था
prabhavatye har agme.
प्रभावते हर अग्ने. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into beginning, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Purport. The less intelligent who try to remain within this material world may be elevated to the higher planet, and they again must come down to this planet Earth. During the daytime of the Brahma, they can exhibit their activities on higher and lower planet within this material world. But at the coming of Brahma's night, they are all annihilated. In the day, they receive various bodies of material activity, and at the night, they no longer have bodies but remain compact in the body of Vishnu. Then again, they are manifested at the arrival of Brahma's day. Bhutva Parilyate. During the day, they become manifest, and at the night, they are annihilated again. Ultimately, when Brahma's life is finished, they are all annihilated and remain unmanifested for millions and millions of years. And when Brahma is born again in another millennium, they are again manifest. In this way, they are captivated by the spell of the material world. But those intelligent persons who take to Krishna consciousness use the human life full in the devotional service of the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thus, they transfer themselves even in this life to the spiritual planet of Krishna and become eternally blissful there, not being subject to such rebirths. Hare Krishna.
Yes, this is the last one, Mataji. Will read. You can read parastasmat tu bhavo anyo
Parastasmatu bhavyo navyo
avyakto avyakta sanatana
avyakto avaktya sanatana
तो अव्यक्त सनातन
yasa sarvesu bhutesu
yasa
ज्ञाता
sarvesu bhutesu
सर्वेषु भूतेषु
nasyastu na vinasayati
nasyasu na
नास्ति
vinashati.
nasyati.
विनाशि
You can read this, Mataji.
Yet there is another unmanifested nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never inhalated. When all in this world is inhalated, that part remains as it is. Purport. So Krishna is superior. Spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all the change of the material nature that which is manifested and inhalated during the day and the night of Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality of material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in the seventh chapter.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
So, so there are some detail which we have read, but we did not discuss. We'll discuss next session. So Krishna here kind of summarizing inferior nature, the material world, Brahma's life. He described. Now he described how does the creation happen. In one day of Brahma, everything are manifest. In the night, everything annihilated. Likewise, that happens every day of Brahma. And then 100 years of Brahma, hundreds, how many times? Creation and destruction. So end of life of Brahma, everything annihilated and gets into suspended animation condition. No bodies, just souls in the body of Vishnu. So it's a detail. Next time we'll use PowerPoint. I'll describe you more visual. But just to describe, we saw the graphics. So that the top portion is spiritual world, 75%, and then below was the material world. That's what the Brahma creates and destroys. And then there is a Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, there is a Karanodakshaya Vishnu, there is a Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So there is a little detail we discuss next time. Any suggestion, questions, comments for today?
No problem.
Okay, so we'll start the chanting. Let me. Okay. I'm gonna share this chanting video. All of you should try chanting now, and then we'll end the session. So Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri